Modems. A modem is an abbreviation for modulator, demodulator. Generally, the modems are used for transferring the data from one computer network to another computer network using the telephone lines. Computer networks work in a digital mode, whereas the analog technology is used for carrying the messages across the phone lines. So what the modulator does is it converts the information from digital mode to analog mode. So if you see here, the modem at the transmitting end converts the information from the digital signal to the analog signal over this telephone line, and now the modem at the receiving end converts this analog signal into the digital signal, wherein now this computer is able to understand only the digital signal. So the process of converting analog signals of one computer network into digital signals of another computer network so that the information can be processed by the receiving computer is generally termed as digitizing. So now we shall see some of the terminologies we use while we were discussing about modems. So when an analog facility is used for data communication between two digital devices called computers, so these digital computers are called as data terminal equipment or also DTE. So for communicating between these two data terminal equipments, modems are used at each end of the transmission. So now the modem at the transmitting end converts the digital signal generated by this DTE to an analog signal by modulating the carrier. So the modem at the receiving end demodulates the carrier and hand over the demodulated signal to the DTE, which is nothing but data terminal equipment. So if you see here, this is the block diagram of a modem. This is the digital interface. So the modem has both transmitter and receiver, nothing but modulator and demodulator, and this is the line interface. So this digital interface is used to connect to the DTE, which is nothing but the computer, and this line interface is nothing but here from the modem it is used to connect to the telephone lines, okay, and this is the transmission medium. So to this transmission medium only the data is being transmitted to the other end of the communication. So now here we see the diagrammatic representation of how data is being transmitted from one data terminal equipment to the other data terminal equipment, wherein these reside at the different places. So now I will be introducing you some of the terminologies. The first one is DTE, data terminal equipment, which is nothing but the computers. Next RTS, ready to send. DCE, data communication equipment. DCD, data carrier detect. Next DSR, data set ready, and DTR, data terminal ready, and CTS, clear to send. So after knowing these terminologies, we shall see how the actual communication happens from this particular computer to this computer. Do remember that this computer and this modem are at the transmitting side, this computer and this modem are at the receiving side. So to start with, the data terminal equipment, also called as this computer, sends a ready to send signal or RTS signal to the data communication equipment, which is nothing but the modem. So now this signal is considered as a wake up call. So now this modem will send the data carrier detect or DCD signal to the receiving modem. Now series of signals are passed between these two modems until the communication channel has been established. So this process of communication between these two modems is called handshaking mechanism. After completing the handshaking mechanism, now this modem sends the dataset ready signal or DSR signal to the destination computer. Now this modem will wait for the data terminal ready signal from this computer to this modem, so that stating that now this computer is ready for receiving this particular data from the source. After getting the DTR signal from this computer to this modem, now this modem informs the same information to data communication equipment called modem, and now this modem again sends the signal called clear to send signal to this particular computer. Now this computer understands that the destination computer is ready to receive the information, and now it actually starts sending the data. So now this computer starts sending the data and this computer receives the data. So it sends the data and it receives the data. So continuous cycle will be going on. So finally, after completing the data transfer, again this data terminal equipment or computer can terminate the connection and it can terminate the data transfer. So all the signals, that is RTA signal, DCD signal, DSR signal, DTR signal, CTS signal, all the signals are sent through the different pins in the plug. So the recommended standard for sending all these signal is nothing but RS-232, which is a recommended standard 232, which we will be discussing in the next sessions. So now let us discuss about the types of modems. So modems can be of several types and they are categorized in number of ways. So categorization of modems has been done basing upon the following features. The first one is directional capacity, whether it is half duplex modem or full duplex modem, and the second one is basing upon the connection to the line, whether the modem is connected with the 2 wires or whether it is connected with the 4 wires, and the third categorization is based on transmission mode, whether it is asynchronous modem or synchronous modem. So now let us see the first category of modems, half duplex modem and full duplex modems. So half duplex modem is nothing but it permits transmission in only one direction at a time. So if you see here, this is a half duplex modem where you are getting the incoming information through this incoming carrier. So whenever you are getting the information through this incoming carrier, it means whenever it is receiving the data, okay, so it will not allow this modem to send the data through this line because this modem is a half duplex modem. So as long as the data is being received, the modem will not give a permission to the DTE, that is computer, to transmit the data through this particular modem. But coming to the full duplex modem, here we have two different lines, so which is shown here. So this full duplex modem allows simultaneous transmissions in both the directions. So now here, if it is going to send the data here, it is going to receive the data from this place. So this is the data is being received. This is the incoming carrier indication. Now whenever this particular modem is asked to send, that is whenever the computer requests to send the information, now this modem gives the yes signal because it is a full duplex modem, because it is having two lines. One is for outgoing information and the another is for incoming information. The next one is 2-wire and 4-wire modems. So the line interface of the modem can have either 2 wires or it can have 4 wires for the transmission medium. So in the 4-wire connection, one pair of wires are used for outgoing carrier and the other pair of wires are used for incoming carrier. But coming to the 2-wire modem, the 2-wire modem use the same pair of wires for both outgoing and incoming carriers. That is, for the first time it will use these both wires for outgoing carriers, and for the second time it will use these wires for incoming carriers. The next category of modems is asynchronous and synchronous modems. So asynchronous modem, this asynchronous modem can handle data bytes with start and stop bits. So here if you see, this is the start bit and this is the stop bit. So in this manner this modem can differentiate between the first frame and the next frame. So there is no separate timing signal or clock. So these type of modems do not have any separate timing signals or clocks between the modem and the data terminal equipment. Coming to the synchronous modem, so the synchronous modem can handle a continuous stream of data bits, but it requires a clock signal. So this type of modem requires a clock signal. So the data bits are always synchronized to the clock signal. So according to the clock signal only, the data bits are also going to be transmitted. So there will be separate clocks for the data bits which are being transmitted and received. So this is the transmit clock, and this is the data which is being transmitted, and this is the receive clock, which is this is the data which is being received. So for synchronous transmission of the data bits, the data terminal equipment can use the internal clock, and it can supply the same clock information to the modem also. So this is the difference between synchronous modem and asynchronous modem. So now let us see the modulation techniques for the modems. So there are some basic modulation techniques which are used by the modems to convert the digital data to analog signals. So the first one is amplitude shift keying, ASK. The second one is frequency shift keying, FSK. The third one is phase shift keying, PSK. And the last one is differential PSK, which is nothing but DPSK. So these techniques are known as binary continuous wave modulation. So do remember, whenever there is communication happening, modems are always used in pairs. So any system, whether it is simplex or half duplex or full duplex, they require the modems at the transmitting end as well as the receiving end. So this is all about what is modem, so how a modem is going to work, what are the different types of modems, and what are the different modulation techniques used for modems. Thank you.